Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Let's Stay Gamers, and welcome. So today I want to show you around another one of my nice little set pieces that I've spent a few hours today constructing. Now, after watching a recent documentary on waste, where our waste kind of goes, or which poor country ends up with it, I ended up building this little place, what originally ended up being a waste management centre. And it just kind of got me thinking that with all that space out there, all them planets, all them areas that are uninhabited, will the next step of dumping waste be into space, into uninhabitable planets? So in this case, we've got this alien planet where human life can't be supported. Maybe other alien species could, but we've gone and decided to start dumping our waste in this little area. And what I wanted to try to create was that originally that they had the waste under control. They were dumping it into these pits that they had actually dug down. I've actually put a reactor in each one of these to make it have that sort of smoky, greeny ore. And each one of them little horribly oozing sort of pits down there is actually just using space grass. There's of course a few modifications on because I wanted to build myself this area. Now, I'll break this down into a few areas as I go around the place. First, we've got the dump. So when the waste actually comes, it comes in these barrels, containers, however it may want to be shipped. And of course, over time, these containers leak and they start to ooze. And something else I wanted to do was just to show you how much waste was being delivered, that they've actually had to take up the fence on this perimeter area. So we've got the fence actually stacked up into this area. And if it ever comes to you guys building set pieces like this, or even having a place like this for a story or a background setting for one of your missions, you've really got to think, add a little bit of background to it. So just having them fences stacked up there gives that sort of feeling that this area was quite compact once the fence ended there and began once again over there. But now with all these barrels, it's going to start spreading. Now, I really wanted to just keep expanding this, to be fair, to have a whole perimeter of toxic waste barrels going around, but you'll have to let me know in the comments below. So moving over to this area first. So this is where the barrel's being dropped. And they've actually shredded up one of these containers here with gunshot holes. So there could have been some sort of dodgy deal going on here. And there's a shootout and the horrible toxic waste started to ooze out of this container. And you'll notice also I've got these little lights set up. This is just a simple spotlight that I've turned into just an area of lighting. Lighting is super key when it comes to building each one of these set pieces. If you get the right lighting, build the right sort of atmosphere, you can really pull it off. So above each one of these pits you have these very dangerous catwalks. Something that I want you guys to decide though is this a place that's looked after by people, space engineers, or is it a place where I should have some drones maybe flying around above, maybe dipping into the tanks, taking different readings and whatnot? So now we're going actually into this area here, and this is where an old reactor from some sort of power station or even a spaceship's been dumped, and they've just put it around in this area. And they've also put some larger tanks to store some of that excess sort of waste around in this area as well. And of course, pollution of the environment in the future, or when it becomes to space, is going to be extremely crazy. You see big companies these days dumping sort of all sorts of stuff in lakes, rivers, or trying to hide it in like dodgy South African countries. But when we access space travel, the ways of dumping and just losing resources is going to be infinite. So over in this area, I've just got two more of these shipping containers. Now, you saw these shipping containers in one of my previous episodes where I was dumping just a whole cargo container yard, and each one of these containers now, or with the future versions, will have two doors that open, and I'll be able to store them with whatever resources I need in each one of them. So let's actually rotate this to daylight, and I'll show you what the site looks like in the day. So up from above, it looks quite nice. Let's access our developer menu and access our light. I think it's the one above, and we can actually change the time of day. So now with the sun enabled, you can get some of these really long dragging shadows that I really like. Also the green ooze is better showing in the day. So we've got a really bright desert colour, a bit too much. Let's get a little bit of a shadow cast across the place. There we go, perfect. Let's untick that. So you can see from a distance, them little pits have got that green reactor ooze coming up from the top of them. Ooh, absolutely disgusting. I was really thinking of also maybe doing some sort of cinematic here in the future. If you guys have got ideas for cinematic, maybe have like a sniper mission where there's some various engineers talking about polluting some various planet. I don't know, we'll have to see. I just wanted to show off this little place that I built today. Hopefully you like it, and if you want this on the workshop, let me know below. and I'll see what I can do about it. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully not a pit full of booze.